Right. Hello, everyone. A very good afternoon to all. So, as you're aware, SGTech has been appointed by IMDA to run the vendor briefing sessions from May 2019. As you know, SME Go Digital program is a national program administered by IMDA together with sector agencies to support the digitalizations for SMEs across 23 sectors as specified in the industry transformation maps. So as stated, this vendor briefing is for existing vendors only. So if you're a first-time applicant, we will not cover the topics here. You're encouraged to watch the recorded video and answer the MCQ questions on our SGD website. So today we'll be covering three key areas: pre-approval solution, lockup, image, and Writeup; marketing support, opportunities for feature on CTO as a service platform; and other updates for PSG vendors. So without further ado, I'd like to hand the time over to Chin Yen from IMDA to go through this. Chin Yen, over to you.
So as I was sharing, I'm Chin Yen. I'm from the SME Go Digital Marcoms team. And today we'll be sharing with you some of the marketing opportunities and preparations that we have done for you that can help support you in your marketing outreach to let your clients and SMEs know that you have attained the pre-approved solution status. So basically, we've actually been receiving quite a number of feedback and questions from SMEs asking, sometimes how do I differentiate whether solutions initiatives integrity and encourage SMEs to actually adopt the digital solutions confidently. So over the time, we also realized and have come across vendors who actually then send in their email requests asking us for approvals of the marketing outreach as well. So with this pre-approved solution, Lockup and Writeup, it is actually going to be really easy for you to implement this marketing support that we've done up for you to publicize your pre-approved status. So we actually have created lockups in different formats, which is like a JPEG, your PNG, and AI format, the working file format as well. And accompanying it is actually a very detailed user guide that will actually help you implement the lockup very easily. And then with this, it definitely will reduce the number of back and forth when you come back to us and we ask you to make an edit because it is slightly out of brand. So with by applying all these lockups and write-ups, definitely the back and forth and edits will be reduced and approval will be much faster and clearer. Okay, if you can move on to the next page, please. Yeah, so this is how the pre-approved solution will look like for the digital use. Digital meaning for your web page, for your social media ads or Google ads. So we have done it in both the horizontal and vertical format, as you can see on the screen. So basically, as you can see also, it clearly states that this identifies your solution as a pre-approved one, and it has the write-up copy eligible for up to 50% productivity solutions grant support. So this allows SMEs to know that this solution at one glance is up to 50%. And then the IMDA branding is there with the SME Go Digital logo. So definitely it gives a lot of clarity and assurance to SMEs about the solutions and its origins. So just take a note of 2 points over here. When using it for the digital purpose, so as I mentioned, digital i.e. web page, any print, digital post, your social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, and as well as programmatic buys. So this particular lockup, this rectangle or square lockup, right, should only be placed on the same place or same page as the solution that has received the pre-approved status. So meaning, I'm sure a lot of you actually offer more than one solution from your company, right? So basically, some may have been pre-approved whilst others maybe in the midst or not. So basically, what we need you to do is to actually have this lockup in order to avoid confusion to the clients and SMEs to only be placed close to or if not next to the solution that is pre-approved. And then we also like be handing out UTM links, unique tracking links over to you from next week onwards. So basically, we would like you to also insert the hyperlink into alongside this particular lockup in the case of you using the lockup for web page purpose. So in the case of like social media ads, etc., right? So you do not have to use the UTM link. So just to clarify, it is for use when you're placing it on your website. Okay, next. So we do have a print version as well if you like to, showcase the solutions like at events, printing of flyers, on brochures, booklets, as well as pull-out banners. So there's the print version, which then instead of, you can see the difference will be the QR code that's in place. So similarly, the ask is to help SMEs identify that the solution is pre-approved. This particular lockup is to be placed on the same place or same page, like on your flyers, as what is next to the solution that's pre-approved. And similar to earlier, where we will be giving you a unique UTM, for the print, we'll also be passing you your unique QR code, which you then insert in the working files when you send it for print. Okay, next please. So this is the next few pages are just some of the guidelines to take note when using the lockups. So just to be mindful to have sufficient white space. So you will use the IM in the IMDA logo as a reference to give enough breathing space to make sure that the brand, the lockups remains visible and recognizable. Next please. And then we do have minimum size requirement as well as stated in the print particular. All these actually are also in the user guide. So there are minimum size requirements so to ensure legibility of the lockups. And then these are some of the do nots, or common mistakes to avoid when using the lockups. So in this case, I'm showing you the vertical version, but in the user guide, you can see both it being in the vertical and horizontal format. So basically, it is really not compressing it. You need to adjust it according to the right correct ratio, not changing its colors or altering its shape or adding even extra elements. And also in the case of the bottom right logo, just to make sure that it's not placed directly on top of a busy photo pattern or background. Yeah. Okay, and some of you may have, as we've seen from your websites, a list of pre-approved and alongside non-pre-approved solutions. So in this case, you might find that the current lockup is too much to use. So we have actually are offering a smaller, easier version to use. But this is only to be used when in a page that is combined with pre-approved and non-pre-approved solutions. So this is the brand mark option for you to consider. Okay, again, within the user guide, there are color guides and typography guides to guide you through if you need to, increase the size or, send it for print. So this is the reference to make. Okay, so we've covered the part on the lockup, which is the rectangle, either in the horizontal format or the vertical format. So now we move on to the write-up. So, over the course of time, we've also received asked to approve how should the write-up be featured. So I think we would like to then standardize and make it easier for you all to, quickly get approval and send out your artwork for print or for putting up live for advertising purpose. So basically, this is the write-up to be used, and we'll put it into email so that you can just simply copy and paste over when you do your marketing outreach. So I'll just take a quick look to read through what is on the write-up. So SMEs are eligible for up to 50% productivity solutions grant bracket PSG, support for the adoption of. So here you can include your solution name, and then you add a comma, a pre-approved solution under the SME, IMDA SMEs Go Digital Program. So over here, similarly to the lockup, it is very clear the amount of percentage you're giving, and tying back to a very strong brand name PSG, as well as the IMDA SME Go Digital Program. Okay, so really it's about using phrases like up to the percentage that you have been approved, and also to make sure that your solution name is included, so it clearly states exactly which is the pre-approved solution. Okay, so some common mistakes that we have been editing and would like you to hence avoid is to create false expectations or imply a level of support that may not align with reality, like up to X% funding, X% off, discount, reduction, savings. All these words we would not encourage you to use it, but really what we have shared. As well as how we would like the vendors to put up IMDA SME Go Digital, so it should be not listed as supported, because we are not technically not supporting your solution. We're not endorsing your solution, we are endorsing the initiative, and we have given you the pre-approval for your solution based on this initiative. So think words like promoted, backed up, all these are incorrect representation of how we are working together to support you with the pre-approved program. Okay, and moving on to the next few slides, we'll be sharing with you some do's and don'ts also, and best practices on how you could use both the lockup as well as the write-up. So over here, we've actually also noticed some of the vendors put in just bracket PSG and listing their solution after that. So again, it is not that correct to just put a PSG, because PSG actually offers more than what we have for the pre-approved solutions. And at the same time, we've also noticed sometimes to keep things short, but unfortunately not correct representation, there's a combination or addition of percentage. So you got this particular solution that has a 50% from IMDA pre-approved solution, and maybe another 30% from another solution. So unfortunately, it is not correct to put it as up to 80% off. We really need to split up the mention and ensure that the solution is listed with our lockup and write-up, where it is. So if you need to actually showcase another solution offering or grant offering, right? So then it will have to be in a separate line. Yeah, so this is the example that I was sharing about, where you have more than one grant available for the solution. So basically then agency A, meaning the particular, if you want to talk about the agency, it should also not be placed next to the lockup, really, because it seems like the whole pre-approved solution is for the entire company, but it isn't. Yeah, so the suggestion is then to use a line or box to separate it out. Okay, so here are some examples of how you could use the lockups. If you're wondering how do I put in the vertical or square format, horizontal format in the website. So if you are using a rectangular horizontal format, you can place it under the solution. So this earlier on was an example used in full color and a white background. So let's say your background is printed, then you can use the reverse white lockup. Next. So similarly, sometimes there are restrictions in terms of your columns. So you can still leverage the horizontal version as long as it still fulfills the minimum size requirement, like what we have shown here. And if the space is really, the column is less than 50, it's under 50%, less than 50%, then you may also consider using the vertical square lockup, which will then fit in quite very nicely. Okay, again, an example, if it's not a colored white background, a reverse white option is there for you. Okay, and then we've also got examples in emailer, whether it's a printed version or EDM electronic version. So basically, these are various examples on how you can use either a reverse white by in black fonts. Then, as usual, I just need to reinstate that you know, just make sure to place the lockup straight next to the particular solution that you're talking about. Okay, and more examples. If it's social media, you can take note to use it in the horizontal or vertical formats as well. And then we've given examples in banner ads. If it's in a long format, you know, you can consider using the lockup in horizontal format. Okay, more examples. Maybe you can move on to the next one as well. Yeah, so basically, these are good references that you can take, you know, when considering how to, you know, include the lockups within your ads. Next, please. Yeah. So all these versions or examples are all stated in the user guide that we'll be sharing out with you next week. So you can actually take reference from it. Next, please. Yeah. Thanks very much. We'll just skip to the back. Okay, so just to recap on some mandatory items to note. So one, we need to ensure clear distinction between the IMDA pre-approved solutions and the non-approved pre-approved solutions. So then do take note using colors, boxes, lines to actually separate them. If you're using the Writeup, it needs to be compulsorily used as it is, exactly same wording, same phrasing. And then again, next to the section where the pre-approved solution is being mentioned. Similar to the lockup, if you decide to use either one, it's fine, but if you use either one, it will have to be placed where the pre-approved solution is highlighted. And then a reminder again to insert the UTM link when the lockup is being used on your own web page, and then QR code for all printed collaterals. So with this pre-approved lockups and write-ups that is being sent to you, we still need you to actually go look into how, as it still share with us, you know, we still would like to have a final look just to make sure we are on brand in terms of the usage of the lockup and write-up. So if you are using it exactly as it is, no changes made to it, we will just need you to, before you send it out for live or print, to forward your artwork to the email address smegodigital@imda.gov.sg for quick view and approval. But because it's used as it is, the approval time is going to be much quicker. And in the case, however, there is a chance that you think that the lockup and whatever we've provided to you can't really fit into how you envision your creative to be, we are able to accept exceptions, but then you need some time to go through back and forth, definitely, to make sure it's on brand. So with this, the exceptions, do send it to ctos@imda.gov.sg and you copy SME Go Digital. And appreciate if you could give us at least 5 days lead time so that we have sufficient time to work with you to make sure it's on brand. Okay, so with all this, I just wanted to give you a brief idea of what's next for you. So after this call, over the course of the next few days, because we'll be sending out the individual UTMs and QR codes to all the vendors that has a pre-approved solution. So do bear with us. You might not receive it today or Monday, but it will be definitely over the course of the week. So you will receive an email with a link to download the lockup. So the lockup, as you can see in the image, it's a zip file. So you can choose whether you want to use it as take the brand mark, the lockup for the digital version or the physical version. And then we've got it in different CMYK, Pantone, and RGB, as well as like the different formats, AI, JPEG, PNG. So you can just click into, unzip and click to the respective files and pick up the lockups to use from there. So then, yeah, so this will be shared with you for you to download as and when you need to use them. So all new collaterals should actually reflect the new lockup and write-up that I've shared with you all. And however, of course, I'm sure there are many of you out there who also have existing marketing materials that doesn't have the lockup being used, the exact phrasing of the write-up as well. So do note that we will actually give you up to 3 months to make the necessary changes and adjustment. So we'd like to get your support as well to actually have the new lockups and write-ups being implemented and refreshed with existing ones by latest 31st July this year. So as you have also signed the particular T&Cs in our LOA, right? There is a clause that actually requests all marketing materials to be on brand. So then just a reminder as well that the non-compliance on which that doesn't follow the lockup and write-up after 31st July, i.e. 1st August onwards, will result in penalties as outlined in the LOA.